We found 70 extermination sites of Gypsy without even a stone. So, and no survivor. So we interviewed the neighbors and we discovered that nobody cared. When we came back, I remember when we made conference, when we began to say Gypsy, we had to change the conversation. So after I said, can we stay like that? And I knew Kostel Nastase because I knew his family since a long time. And we began to think, why not to interview witnesses, survivors of the Roma themselves? And people told me, you lose your time, they will lie, they will ask for money, they will steal you, and so on and so on. But me, I worked with the Roma before in Lyon, when they arrived 15 years ago, so I knew them. So we began, and in fact, people wanted to speak. And in fact, there are many survivors everywhere. And in fact, it's a way also to establish their dignity, but finally that their memory will be saved. Some families saw everybody killed, some women have been raped. It's between slavery and dying. And so now we began to think, why not to establish a center to collect the evidences? Out of politics, out of any, I would say, side, to say it was a mass crime, it has been classified by the Germans as a genocide, and the evidences are not clear. We were in many political meetings. It's not always easy because people sometimes don't know the subject. So it's also to help the Roma organizations, the Roma leaders, to know really what happened in every village, in every city, so that they have the material to get back to their dignity. Because, as we say, if it was nothing to kill thousands and thousands of Roma in Soviet Union or in Romania or in other countries, so today, how we can have a protestation for anything? So the challenge is really to say we will not be able to help to give back dignity to the Roma if we don't recognize what happened during the war and if themselves they don't learn what happened during the war. Nous avons très vite compris que si on n'aidait pas les Roms et travaillait avec eux afin qu'ils apprennent ce qui s'est passé non pas en général mais dans chacun des villages, comme ça s'est fait pour d'autres massacres de masse, comme pour les Juifs, ils ne pourront jamais reconnaître leur dignité. Parce que si c'était rien de tuer 1000 tziganes ici, 2000 tziganes là, 500 tziganes là, alors qu'est-ce que c'est aujourd'hui de les expulser d'un pays? Donc je dirais qu'ils ne pourront pas, à mon avis, recouvrir leur dignité en Europe tant que les massacres ne seront pas reconnus au niveau international et national, mais aussi au niveau familial. Ainsi, il y a peu 3 lignes pour le contrat qu'on a entre Yara et Dignité Rome, c'est rendre les morts à leurs familles, puisque les familles ne savent pas où les parents sont morts, souvent ils n'en parlent pas. C'est rendre cette mémoire aussi au peuple rome, qui a été privé de sa mémoire, et c'est rendre aussi à l'Europe une part de sa mémoire, et je dirais apprendre à enseigner dans les écoles, comme on enseigne le génocide des Juifs. So after 3 goals for this connection between Yara and Dignity Rome is to give back the dead people to the families, because many families don't know what happened to their family. To give back also the dead to the Roma people, because they have been cut from the Roma people. But also to give them back to Europe and to force Europe to teach that in the school as a genocide who took place in full Europe 70 years ago. Donc je dirais que moi je suis à la fois plein d'espoir, plein de prudence, et savoir qu'on est quand même à contre-courant, très à contre-courant. We are really against the wind, parce qu'on le voit bien. Moi je redis encore que dans beaucoup d'endroits, quand je prononce le terme tzigane, on me prie gentiment de changer de conversation. Merci beaucoup.